All right, thank you, and welcome to another edition of Stranger's Warehouse. I am the magnificent Jack Strange. I've been off the air in quite a little while, and I've returned with a much smoother voice. It's been a while since you've heard that raspy death groan that became my signature, but I lost and gained a little bit of weight. I'm still kind of strong, but not quite the same stranger that I used to be. But what we're talking about today is Biden's legacy and the type of his place in history that's being forced upon us by the Democrats or potentially his campaign team. Now, when I say the Democrats, it's not always the party's fault as much as it's, in this case, Joe Biden and his promotional crew. And if you're Joe Biden, why not assert yourself and put yourself as high on the totem pole as possible? What I'm seeing is I'm seeing Democrats and liberals and even everyday normal people that are trying to push us. Maybe I'm seeing articles. I'm seeing articles that are trying to push Joe Biden as not only a good president and not only being better than Trump, but as being one of the best presidents of all time and ranking him in the top 10, going as far as to rank him in the top 10, which I think is frankly somewhat disturbing and indicative of the amount of control that the Democrats have on the modern media. Granted, America is a very political country, and so it's hard and impossible to control everyone's point of view. But this is an issue of recent memory versus recent propaganda versus historical fact. Biden is the oldest man ever to be elected president. He is a very strong debater. He kind of handed it to Paul Ryan a little bit, even though I felt that Paul Ryan was stronger on the facts during the 2012 election. He was also a more proper opponent for Donald Trump, who likes to kind of fight his opponents. We haven't seen a politician quite like Donald Trump since about the 1800s, because Trump has a very brawling style. He is very, how do you describe it? If not well informed, I mean he's up to date on things. And in some ways, he runs on some older issues from the 1980s, which we still haven't forgotten. Which is why he got the labor vote away from the Democrats. The Democrats are very disturbed by Donald Trump, not just for the absolute disgust they have for him as a person, but also or even jealousy about him being elected, but also for reason of the fact that they can't stand it. They can't stand it. He took something from them. And in this case, he didn't just win on conservative votes. He took the labor vote. He had the vote from hardworking men and women from like Wisconsin and, places like Michigan and so on. I don't know if he won Michigan or not. I'm speaking loosely. And Trump was a guy that really liked to speak loosely. So he wasn't always, over the fence on facts. By that I mean hitting a home run. But he liked to speak loosely. He liked to be himself. Everything that came to mind is what he said. And I think that's hopefully something we can all agree on in this time when nobody agrees on anything. But Biden being ranked in the top 10 of all presidents of all time, far from the truth, not going to happen. And I'll explain why in the following video.